Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Fun Size, and today we are taking a look at the gammas, because honestly I've been having so much fun with this anniversary that I honestly kind of forgot that they were even here, right? Like I want to be completely honest with you, like that they just kind of slipped my mind, you know. And they are a bit of a niche unit, so they need a little bit of help, I guess you could say, but they are a very good unit. So before we get into the details, let's jump into the video, boys.
僕はヘド博士の最高傑作。そしてスーパーヒーローだ。お前たちをぶっ倒す。
All right, so here we are, right? Here we are in the event. Now, I want to go over really quickly their details and everything, but I want to say first off, this is probably going to be a little bit of a longer video, maybe, depending upon how it goes, right? But the reason I say that is because not only do we have a lot to go over, but in general, this character has a lot of depth. Okay, like this character's got actually some nuance, some things to consider before you can actually truly judge them, right? Because they're very particular, because sometimes RNG will go in your favor and sometimes it will not. So it's one of those things that's like, oh, we get this or this and this and this ability off of key spheres, but then if we don't get that, then they're just kind of in the water, which is kind of how this unit is, right? But I will say the most beneficial thing about this unit is that they are supporting like crazy, and the fact that when you do get them to work, when you do, boy, they're doing a lot. Okay, so let's go over their leader skill, which is obvious one of the best leader skills in the game, even though that the unit itself is kind of weird. You know, we got our favorite chrome domes here, you know, but their leader skill is superheroes automatic 200%, right? Like that is just in itself kind of ridiculous, the fact that we have a 200% superheroes lead now. That's really good. But besides that, their attack super effects, right? They're 18 key and they're 12 key. So on their 18 key, they're getting 50% attack and defense for the turn, which is fantastic. And then we've also got 30% attack and defense on their 12 key. Okay, so let's get into this passive really quickly. We have key +3, attack and defense 125%. Then we gain an additional key +3 and attack and defense 125% when HP is 30% or higher. And superheroes, join forces, and defender of justice category allies, key +3, attack and defense 50%. So that right away, the fact that they're 50% supporting and giving key is crazy. Like that's crazy, especially to this team. Are you kidding? They don't need it. They don't need it, but it's there, right? It's there. So then we also have a chance to perform a critical hit +30% and perform a additional super attack up to twice per turn per end key sphere obtained. Okay, so that means if you get 3 to 4, right, 3 to 4 end key spheres, you are at guaranteed crit, and then you're going to super twice on top of that, and then you can hidden potential, so you can super 4 times in a turn. Okay, that's what that means. Okay, so just thought I'd point that out. And then we have a chance to perform a critical hit +12% and perform an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack up to 2 per turn per AGL or STR key sphere obtained. Okay, and then we gain an additional attack and defense 50% and reduce damage received by 30% starting from the turn this character performs their third attack in battle. Okay, cool. And we're also getting 6 out of 7 links here. This person doesn't have their gammas linked up all the way, but that's okay. I will explain their links in just a second. But we'll go ahead and get these 3 key spheres here. Now, the only reason I am putting them slot 1, because normally you would not put them slot 1. The only reason I am is because they have type advantage right now, and they're, this is the beginning of this fight. Okay, so we're not really too worried about it. But But all in all, this unit is very strong, very good unit. You see, they're at 10 million right now, like, you know, starting off, and they're gonna probably do what, 3 attacks here, 3 or 4? Yeah, that's 1, and then 2. Yeah, here we go. And then we should get 1 more after this because we got the amount of key spheres that we got. Also, the animations are crazy. Like, they're actually ridiculous. Yeah, that's three supers there. And which means now when they come back, we'll be able to do their standby. And their standby, you either get 3 attacks, or the turn that they come out, they get, or your HP has to be at 70%, right? So if they were on turn 2, we could immediately go into standby if, you know, we're at 70% or less, which is really good of a condition, like really, really strong. The fact that you can get this out right away. All right, cool. We got Gamma 1's intro in there as well. Nice. Now, ideally, you would want like Gamma 1 as their linking partner, because then they get the 6 out of 7 links. Oh no, we didn't want to attack him. Okay, that's fine. We'll just swap over like that. The Orange Piccolo is not going to kill Rose, so we're fine. Okay, cool. We'll just float him off like that. But all in all, like, the Gammas are insane, right? And so then when they come back as well, they will actually be able to do their standby because they did those, like, what, 4 attacks or something like that. So we're fine with that. And then we're also next to Gamma 2, which will give them the same amount of links anyway. So we're good. The only thing that they're not getting is obviously legendary power, right? But they have everything else. They're getting Android Assault, they're getting Red Ribbon Army, they're getting Shocking Speed, Hero of Justice, Signature Pose, and Fierce Battle, right? So there's that. There is that. Now that the crazy part about them as well is that they can do all of this damage and then do more damage with their standby, right? And then they're supporting, and then they get crit chance, and then like it gets so ridiculous. But again, the problem with them, I say, is that you need to have Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 because there's no other real options for you. I'd say that's the only real downside of this unit. You have to have the other Gammas, otherwise you're missing out on a lot of links, and you're missing out on a lot of potential damage, and even just the characters performing better. But not to worry, we do have Beast to go in slot 1 right now, and then we're getting lots of links, so that's great. Okay, and once again, even with Gamma 2, right, we're getting 6 out of 7 links. Actually no, we're getting 5 links, right? We're getting 5 links because this is not the full. No, it's 7, or excuse me, 6. It is 6. My bad, my math is awful right now. But we are getting Android Assault, Red Ribbon Army, Shocking Speed, Hero of Justice, Signature Pose, and Fierce Battle. That's what we're getting out of those. Okay, so yeah, we can go ahead and do the standby now, and maybe in the video, if I can get it to work, we can actually do some ridiculous nonsense with the Gammas and Orange Piccolo, right? So that should be interesting. But without further ado, I think we should go ahead and pop this standby, and then we'll get into the details as to how they actually change when you do the standby. All right, so once you do the standby, okay, they actually do change as far as what they can actually do. Now, me personally, I like the stage 2 of the standby, or excuse me, the stage 2 of the card, right, which they're about to do right now when they're in standby mode. I personally like this version of the card more than any other version because there's the least amount of requirements for anything. Okay, so in this version of the card, when they're in standby. They get ki +6, attack and defense 250%, and reduces damage received by 50% out the jump, right? Like just off the rip, they have 50% damage reduction, which we already know how strong damage reduction is, but then on top of their super effects, that's even more ridiculous. And then on top of that, they're still supporting, and they gain an additional 50% of attack and defense when attacking. Okay, so they're getting even more defense and attack on their super. They're supporting, and then they get 50% damage reduction, and then they still have the chance to crit, the chance to perform a crit 30% plus, and perform super attacks up to 2 per turn per in key sphere. So that's still part of their passive. And then the chance to perform a critical hit 12% and perform an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack up to 2 per turn with every AGL and FCR key sphere obtained. And as you can see here, we've got a lot of AGLs here. Now that does change a little bit, you know, their crit chance and whatever, but that's okay. We'll take that. We'll be able to do some supers, and let's go. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll do this. Yep, all of that on Zamasu there. Now, this character is also like Sword of Hope Trunks, because for every super that everybody is doing while they have the standby up, that gives them one counter, I guess you could say, on the card itself. It's like one count. It'll give them +1 charge. And let me tell you, by the time they come back, so the next turn, we should have been able to do a lot of attacks, and they're going to hit that much harder, right? So I don't believe it is a guaranteed crit or anything, but they got up to 17 million. 17 million, and that's a crit. Okay, cool. They're probably at like a 50% chance to crit right now, maybe a little higher, not sure, just based off of all the orbs we got. But yeah, this unit is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, because he also, remember, he helps everybody else do better as well. He's literally helping everybody the entire time that he's doing all of this, which is fantastic. We love that. And that helps out even Beast Gohan, right? That helps him because he's on those categories, you know? So it gets a little silly. It gets a little silly with the superhero team, I'm not gonna lie. Only thing is, again, you need to run the gammas to actually get the most out of them. Please dodge this, please. Will he be able to take this? I think so. Yeah, he's fine. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so now we can we even do the shenanigans like I was hoping? I don't think so, but we'll try to throw off Orange Piccolo, and we'll see what happens, because I don't know if I can really delay that standby, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Okay, we'll just go like this. Yeah, that works. Okay, well, it doesn't. Ooh, if we live. Okay, please stop whatever you're doing. Oh no, don't make me do this again, please. Oh, Gohan, don't sell right now, bud. Don't do that. No. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't think I've been building him up. I think that's the problem. Oi. Well, okay. Dodge. We're good. Are we good? I think we're good. I think we're good now. Oh, Gohan, bud, don't do that. Don't scare me like that. Okay. Goodness gracious, that was almost panic inducing. All right, well, it doesn't look like we'll be able to do the Orange Piccolo shenanigans, at least right now, because basically the way that works is it's somewhat similar to how God Goku, remember back sometime on the channel when I did some shenanigans with God Goku and Orange Piccolo? Well, it's pretty much similar to that, where you gather some orbs and then you pop the Orange Piccolo transformation, and then what happens is it resets the turn, but you still get the buff from the orbs, right? So let's say if you were to get a bunch of int key spheres, and then you pop Orange Piccolo, and then you gather some STR or AGL key spheres, guess what? That means you get the passive of both of those. Okay, that's what that means. So that character could super a ridiculous amount of times after that. I'm a little bit, you know what? We're not gonna do that. We're gonna leave B slot 1 because I don't trust Gamma 1 at all, because he hasn't gotten hit, and we're already on the the second part of this fight. So we're gonna leave all those. Oh, actually, no, we can't even leave those. But we got 15. We got 15 charges. That's not bad. So what we'll do is we'll go even like this. We'll go as far as even popping the taunt so that Gamma 1 is okay over there. Because we really just need him for links more than anything, right? We don't really need him for anything else. So we'll go ahead and do this. Yep. And then we'll turn this back off because we don't we don't want to skip the standby for these guys, because you know that's the whole reason we're here. All right, so we're linked up with him. We got all the we have legendary power now, so we're at 7 out of 7 links. Okay, that's the other benefit of putting them in slot 2 and having someone like Beast go in slot 1, and then having like a floater like Gamma 1 here. That also works as well. So now we'll just go ahead and do the standby. Nice. Okay. Oh, actually, we do get a lot of. Okay. Well, okay. So let's talk about really quickly before I get those key spheres here, because there is actually more changes that happen among the gammas and everything. So let's go ahead and grab those, and then we'll go like this, right? We'll get all of those in key spheres to Gamma 1. So when Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 do the core breaker, and Gamma 2 is no more, right? And it is just solo Gamma 1 on the card. Now, this is where the card changes even further. Okay, so then his passive now changes to key +3, attack and defense 150%, and reduces damage received by 15%. And then we also gain an additional key +3, attack and defense 150%, and reduces damage received by 15% if HP is 30% or higher. So what that means is he's pretty much effectively, as long as you're at 30% or higher, he's hitting really hard, he's got pretty high defense, and he's got 30% damage reduction off the jump. But that's not the interesting part of the character, because he's still supporting, and then he gains in another attack and defense 50% when he's attacking, so that's lovely, that stays the same. And then we also have perform an additional super now, right? Like he just does one for free, and then he also has hidden potential, so he can still super 3 times. He can still super 3 times, but he loses the chance to additional based off of key spheres now. It changes. So his effect off of key spheres is he changes AGL key spheres to int key spheres, which you saw at the beginning of the turn here, and then we gain a chance to perform a critical hit plus 20% to a maximum of 100, and reduce damage received by additional 10%, maximum 50% per int key sphere or STR key sphere. Okay, that's what Gamma 1 becomes. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at his defense, he's at 345,000 defense, which is nothing crazy, and that's even linked up like 100%. There's nothing crazy, but let's say if I got all of these, if I got all of these key spheres, we'll go ahead and get the 11 because that gives us one more. If I get all of those, you're most likely not going to kill Gamma 1. Like you're just not, especially if he gets to super first. Now, unfortunately, we do have Beast in slot 1, and there's not much I can really do about that. But that's okay. I mean, I could have put him in slot 2, or excuse me, slot 3, but I didn't really want to rotate him off. So this is fine, right? We'll see what he gets up to as far as numbers, and then we'll get out of here, right? Because that's pretty much it. Like that's the whole unit in a nutshell, right? Like that, we've gone over the passives, we've gone over the links, and we've done pretty much everything else here. There's nothing else to show as far as actives or anything, so we'll show the supers, we'll look at what attack stat he gets up to, and basically, you know, that's it. Because I've already explained as well, like why this character is a bit weird, but also really, really good. Because, real quick recap, he's supporting, you're not killing him in slot 2. Most of the time, you're just not going to kill him. He would, no matter what form he's in, whether he's Gamma 1, whether he's Gamma 2, excuse me, Gamma 1 and 2, it doesn't matter. You're most likely not going to kill this unit just because of the amount of defense he's actually getting as well as the damage reduction. Like, you're just not. And he also didn't get 3 supers. That's kind of whack. That's kind of whack. He does have pretty offensive power, like pretty good offensive power, but he doesn't have as good of offensive power as Gogeta or Broly or potentially even Beast, because Beast is almost supering 3 times a turn if you have enough additional on him. So it's one of those things, you know. But that's pretty much it, honestly, about Gamma 1 and 2. So give me your comments, give me your thoughts. I would love to read them and what you guys think about this unit. Have you pulled the unit? Do you want to pull the unit? Did you just focus on Beast Gohan like I did myself? Because honestly, the Gammas was just kind of like a bonus for me. Like, it wasn't even like a thing that I was really worried about. But Beast is what I was worried about, and we got Beast. So I mean, you know, it's one of those things. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts on what you guys think about Gamma 2 or Gamma 1 and 2. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, please don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff for me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.